Explanation of the book, Dopamine Detox. Thibaut Morris. The book Dopamine Detox by Thibaut Morris is a comprehensive guide on how to regain control of your attention, improve your focus, and increase your productivity by reducing exposure to rapid stimulation. The author discusses how modern technology and constant stimuli affect our brains and provides practical solutions to help you reset your reward system. In this detailed explanation, we will take each chapter of the book with a careful analysis, explaining all the ideas, examples, and strategies presented by the author, in addition to practical examples of how to apply them in your daily life. Chapter 1. What does dopamine detox mean? 1. What is dopamine? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter in the brain responsible for feelings of reward and motivation. When you do something that gives you pleasure, such as eating delicious food or winning a game, your brain releases dopamine, which makes you feel happy and motivates you to repeat the activity. Examples of activities that stimulate dopamine secretion: browsing social media, watching short videos on TikTok and YouTube, eating sugary foods and fast food, playing video games, online shopping. These activities repeatedly release dopamine, making them addictive. 2. Why do we feel addicted to constant stimulation? In the past, getting rewards required effort, such as hunting, farming, or building social relationships. Today, rewards are available at the push of a button, making the brain accustomed to quick stimulation. The main problem? When your brain gets used to getting quick doses of dopamine, it becomes difficult to focus on tasks that require time and effort, such as work, studying, or even reading. 3. What is a dopamine detox? It is the process of reducing or eliminating activities that provide quick and temporary rewards to the brain in order to reset your motivation system and restore your ability to focus and enjoy normal activities such as reading, work, or real social interaction. The goal of this process: reduce attachment to quick stimuli, improved ability to focus for longer periods, increased productivity, and achieve long-term goals. Chapter 2. How do people get into the dopamine addiction cycle? 1. The cycle of addiction to quick stimuli. Thibaut Morris explains that there is a destructive cycle that makes us addicted to quick stimuli. 1. Initial stimulation. Experiencing a pleasurable activity such as browsing the phone. 2. Dopamine release. The brain releases dopamine and feels happy. 3. Craving for more. The person returns to the activity to get more dopamine. 4. Desensitization. Over time, the brain needs larger doses of stimulation to feel the same pleasure. Examples of this cycle. At first, you may enjoy watching one video on YouTube, but after a while, you find yourself watching dozens nonstop. At first, you may eat one piece of chocolate, but over time, you need to eat more to get the same feeling of satisfaction. 2. How do these habits affect our lives? Reduced concentration. It becomes difficult to focus on long tasks, such as studying or working. Weakened willpower. You find it difficult to resist the urge to check your phone or eat an unhealthy meal. Reduced productivity. You spend hours on your phone without accomplishing anything important. Chapter 3. How to reset your brain by detoxing from dopamine. 1. The reconditioning principle. When you reduce exposure to quick stimuli, your brain begins to reset itself and regains the ability to enjoy normal activities, such as reading or exercising. How to start? 1. Identify bad habits. Write down a list of activities that you feel are consuming your time and impairing your focus. 2. Choose a detox day. One day without your phone, social media, or any other source of quick stimulation. 3. Start gradually. You don't need to stop everything at once. You can gradually reduce the time devoted to harmful activities. 2. Levels of dopamine. Detox. The author offers 3 levels of dopamine detox. Level 1, gradual. Reduce daily stimulation by setting limits on phone and technology use. Level 2, intermediate. Spend a day or more without any digital stimulation, such as abstaining from phone and TV. Level 3, strict. Completely stop all dopamine-stimulating activities for a longer period and focus on meditation, walking, and reading. Chapter 4. Challenges you will face during dopamine detox. 1. Feeling bored. At first, you will feel bored because your brain is no longer getting immediate stimulation. But this is normal, and you should endure this period until your brain adjusts to the new situation. 2. Wanting to return to old habits. It is common to feel a strong urge to check your phone or return to old habits. You can combat this by replacing bad habits with beneficial ones, such as reading or walking. Keeping your phone out of reach while working. Gradually reduce your use of social media instead of stopping abruptly. Chapter 5. Benefits of dopamine. Detox. When you implement dopamine detox strategies, you will notice positive changes in your life, such as 1. Increase focus and productivity. You will be able to work and study for longer periods without the need for distractions. 2. Regained enjoyment of simple activities. You will find that reading, walking, and communicating with others are more enjoyable than they were when you were addicted to quick stimulation. 3. Improved mental health. Reducing your dependence on technology helps reduce stress and anxiety. Conclusion. How to maintain a healthy lifestyle after dopamine detox? After resetting your brain, you need to adopt strategies to maintain this change. Control your technology use. Set specific times for phone use and socializing. Practice low-stimulus habits, like writing, walking, or meditating. Stick to positive habits. Don't let yourself fall back into a cycle of rapid stimulation after you've gotten rid of them. Final word. Dopamine Detox is not just a book. It's a practical plan to regain control of your attention and your life. If you feel like you're losing time to technology and bad habits, applying these principles will help you achieve greater productivity and greater happiness. The book Dopamine Detox focuses mainly on the practical and scientific side of getting rid of the addiction to quick stimulation, but it does not contain as many stories as some other books do. However, we can extract some examples and stories that illustrate how dopamine affects our lives and how some people have succeeded in getting rid of this addiction. Here are some inspiring stories that embody the main idea of the book. Story 1. Mark and his failed morning show. The problem, the morning phone habit. Mark was working as an employee at a technology company, but he noticed that his productivity was deteriorating significantly. Every morning, the first thing he did was pick up his phone, browse social media, watch short videos, and respond to messages. Before he knew it, he had spent a full hour on the phone, which made him feel exhausted before he even started his day. Discovery. Dopamine is the cause. Mark began to search for the reason for his low concentration and energy and found that excessive use of the phone in the morning pumps large amounts of dopamine into his brain, making him unable to focus on the most important tasks of his day. The solution. Get rid of your phone in the morning. Mark decided to try a dopamine detox by keeping his phone out of the bedroom, devoting the first 30 minutes of his day to exercise and meditation, not using social media until noon. The result? Increased productivity and mental clarity. In just 2 weeks, Mark noticed a huge improvement in his focus and productivity. He started his day with more energy and felt like he was in control of his time instead of being a slave to his old habits. Story 2. Lucy and her video addiction. The problem, spending hours on YouTube and Netflix. Lucy, a college student, found herself spending more than 4 hours a day watching YouTube and Netflix, which greatly affected her studies. Every time she tried to focus on studying, she would quickly get bored and return to her phone. Discovery. The cycle of addiction. Lucy noticed that every time she watched a short video, she felt like she wanted to watch more. Her brain was always looking for the next dose of dopamine, making it difficult for her to focus on tasks that required long-term effort, such as reading or solving math problems. The solution. The 7-day challenge without videos. Lucy decided to stop watching videos for a week and replace her time with the following activities. Reading novels instead of watching TV series. Exercising and walking outdoors. Spending time with friends and family. The result? Improved focus and increased motivation. After a week away from videos, Lucy noticed that she had a better ability to focus, and she no longer felt an urgent need to use her phone every few minutes. Her brain became calmer, and she began to enjoy activities that seemed boring before. Story 3. David and the Journey of Breaking Bad Habits. The problem? Addiction to video games. David was an avid video game player, and he spent about 8 hours a day playing. This led to a decline in his academic level, a decrease in his physical activity, and a decline in his social relationships. Discovery. Games steal his time and focus. When David read about the effects of dopamine, he realized that games were giving him instant rewards, which made him escape from difficult tasks to a world of games where everything is fun and easy. Solution. Graduating games. Instead of stopping playing suddenly, David decided to follow a gradual strategy. Reduce his playing time from 8 hours to 4 hours a day in the first week. Reduce the time to 2 hours in the second week. Replace playing time with other activities, such as going to the gym or learning a new skill. Result: taking back control of his life. Within 2 months, David succeeded in reducing his playing time to less than an hour a day, became more active and healthy, and began improving his academic performance. Story 4. Sarah and the Experience of a Day Without Dopamine. The problem: constant distraction at work. Sarah was working in marketing, but she found herself unable to work with focus for 30 minutes straight. She was always checking her phone, switching from one app to another, and feeling unfulfilled at the end of the day. The discovery. Distraction is dopamine. After reading about a dopamine detox, Sarah decided to try a full day without any digital stimulation. The solution: a day without phones or technology. That day she did the following. She turned off her phone and put it in a drawer away from her. She turned off email and social media notifications. She scheduled 90-minute blocks of uninterrupted work, followed by 10-minute breaks. The result: unparalleled productivity. At the end of the day, Sarah accomplished more tasks than she had ever done before. She felt more focused and mentally clear than she had ever experienced before. And she realized how much her phone was affecting her attention span. Lessons from these stories. Rapid stimulation makes us less able to focus and work hard. Breaking bad habits doesn't have to be a sudden change. It can be done gradually. Resetting your brain can help improve your productivity and increase your enjoyment of simple activities. Just one day of detoxing from technology can reveal how it affects us. Conclusion. The above stories show that detoxing from dopamine is not just a theory, but a practical experience that can change anyone's life. If you feel like you're losing control of your time due to technology and bad habits, you can start a dopamine detox and regain your focus and productivity like these people did.